Warren Buffett, CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, announced plans to retire from the company that he built by the end of the year.
This was an emotional moment in Omaha. Warren Buffett, the CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, announcing his plans to step down as the CEO of the empire he built at the end of the year. While there's long been a succession plan in place, the crowds were taken by surprise.
It just won.
When the Oracle of Omaha made his announcement, the crowd went wild.
The enthusiasm shown by that response can be interpreted in two ways, but I'll take a surprise.
94-year-old Warren Buffett shocked tens of thousands of people at his annual shareholders meeting in Omaha, divulging his plans to retire as CEO of Berkshire Hathaway at the end of the year.
The time has arrived where Greg should become the chief executive officer of the company at year end.
This has always been Buffett's plan. Vice Chair Greg Abel was designated as a successor years ago. Buffett took over Berkshire Hathaway back in 1965 with his friend Charlie Munger, transforming it from a small textile company in Nebraska into a trillion-dollar behemoth admired around the world. Today, he's worth more than $160 billion, but still lives in the same Omaha house he purchased in 1958 for $31,500. And investors still hang on to his every word for guidance.
Trade should not be a weapon.
Today, Buffett criticized President Trump's tariffs, saying trade can be an act of war.
I do not think it's a great idea to try and design a world where a few countries say, ha, 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 we've won.
Jolene Kent.
A community gathered to pay their respects to a beloved JSO K-9 officer. Gator worked alongside his handler, Charlie Wilkie, from 2011 to 2018. Together, they worked some of the biggest cases in Jacksonville. Gator played a role in finding the remains of Cherish Periwinkle, an 8-year-old girl who was abducted from a Walmart back in 2013. K-9 Gator was recognized with full military honors.
You knew Gator back in the day. If you started to pet on him for just a second, he was what we call a push-button dog or a switch dog. You could flip the switch and he'd go on the attack and run down a murder suspect in a minute, and 5 seconds later you could have him doing a demo at a school and little kids could be playing on him. He just knew when to turn it on and when to turn it off.
One of Gator's sons was even in attendance for the celebration of life. Officials say he is the identical match of his dad, and they even have the same temperament. St. Johns County Fire is getting ready for a big boost. The fire department will build 4 new stations and renovate 2 more. The new stations are in Flagler Estates, Silverleaf, Beach Walk, and Longleaf Pine. 2 will also house deputies. They say the renovations will not affect staffing. And a law enforcement